My name is Holly because I was born in January, and that's kind of near Christmas. My YouTube name is Cuddly Newt because once I went to Toys R Us and there was a Newt plushie thing, and I was like, hey, a Cuddly Newt, and I just went around the store going Cuddly Newt, Cuddly Newt, Cuddly Newt, and I thought that would be, once I'd said it a few times, I thought that would be a good username for an internet thing. I've had loads of favourite school teachers. It's really hard to pick just one. In Palmer's Green, I think Mr. Matthews is an obvious thing. He kind of started the band by accident. I remember me, Joe and Zara going into the music room. I don't know what it was for, but we didn't want to start a band. And he was like, oh, you're here for the rock band? And we just stared at him blankly and said, not really, but okay. I think the band thing kind of was a big part of my PGHS experience. Probably the best piece of advice I've got was from Mr. Nichols, whose subject I only took for half a term. That was physics. When I was having stress about what subject to take, he was like, be an expert in one thing and not like a jack of all trades type of person. At the beginning of AS, I was like, I want to do all the things, and I took 5 subjects, and I think that completely messed up all my other subjects because I just took on too much, and that's the thing that I do a lot. I think that's probably what I needed to hear at that point in time. So yeah, and then Zara went and threw a sponge at him.
Sorry. Pay 50 feet for this!
I remember once my Aunt Kieran came back from China and she brought 2 lots of sweets with her. One was dragon sweet, I think it was, and it's the most expensive food item in the world per gram or something, and that was really nice. And then the other one was a sweet made from a fruit or something, like ugly fruit or something. Anyway, it tasted vile, it tasted like vomit. If you ever get a chance to try that, don't. You might want to, like I did. You might think, oh, that could be interesting. No, it won't leave your mouth for weeks. My first gig was The Killers in 2009 at Hard Rock Calling in Hyde Park. It was at sunset and it was beautiful, and it was the first experience I've had when you go on the tube trains and everyone's wearing merchandise and stuff, and it's so cool. And just that first experience of going to a concert and seeing all the fans and so many people singing the same thing, it's so awesome. Who else was there? I think the Howling Bells and the Kooks are there as well, but I was there for the Killers. Probably one of my favourite places in the world is the roof of our house in India. When I say house, well, it is a house, but you're probably imagining somewhere in some posh house in Delhi, some holiday home. We have a house in a village called Dasanj Kalan, inherited from my granddad's side. It's quite big, but it has no furniture and no carpets. We had to buy furniture, and this poor man on a rickshaw carried a 3-piece suite and a bed on a rickshaw to our house, and we were held up by my auntie, who was probably buying saris, I think it was, for all of us, and we were like, no, we've got this guy waiting for us at our house. And when we'd held him up an hour with this rickshaw and a 3-piece suite and a bed, and it was just, I don't know how they do it. But anyway, what was I talking about? The roof. The reason I chose the roof specifically is because most of my time there I was on the roof flying kites, because in India you get, like, there's a little stall in the middle of the village, and I was with Preeti and Habiba, I think. I didn't speak their language, they didn't speak mine, but we somehow became friends. And they have kites, and I've got the thing here. This is the reel, and obviously you're stupid if you don't know that. But it's kind of sharp, and that's because they use the strings of kites to cut down other kids' kites, because they're vicious. Okay, my second favourite place is Mount Snowdon. You go up on this train and you get to the top, and then you get out, and then you look down and there's like this black lake, and it's just like a magical thing. And there's like loads of myths surrounding it. Like you have these like humanoid monsters in the lake, and sometimes you can see their faces like just like floating on the lake. It's like that scene in Lord of the Rings where you got all these dead people. And then there's another monster called the Afank, who I wrote a sonnet about once. But it's like a sort of crocodile beaver monster. That's another monster in it. But it's just so creepy but beautiful at the same time. I'm going to ask Zara, Muslima XYZ, to make a grand reappearance on YouTube, because she's having like an existential crisis. I don't really know what that means, but I'm going to use it, about YouTube community and stuff. So I think I need to push her back onto your screens. Secondly, I would like I Give It All My Oxygen, Nuri, to make another video, because she promised me one. No, that didn't turn out. So I would like her to do something. Also, Emily, I can see you there in my subscribers. I want you to do something. Imogen, also, I can see you. I think it's you. I'm Chris. I saw someone like this random. I was like, oh my god, a random likes me. But I think it's Imogen. I can't figure that out. So I think she should make something, because she's kind of in there with the vlogging thing. She just needs to vlog. So yeah, I would like things from you guys, and anyone else who watches this and feels like they should do it. Yeah. Bye. Oh, words! I don't understand words!